Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we will learn about the explosive tensions brewing in Salem, especially Brady Black's shocking gesture that could reignite old flames with Sarah Horton Kiriakis. In the shadowy undercurrents of Salem, where secrets unravel like fragile threads, Brady Black, portrayed with brooding intensity by Eric Martsolf, is poised to deliver a monumental surprise to Sarah Horton Kiriakis. This isn't just any fleeting moment. It's a calculated move amid the chaos of betrayal and heartbreak that's been consuming Sarah's life. As the Horton family matriarch, Sarah has always been the epitome of resilience, but recent revelations about her husband Xander's duplicity have pushed her to the brink. The latest episode trailer hints at a storm of emotions, with Sarah's world fracturing under the weight of Xander's involvement in the brutal beating of Philip Kiriakis, a scandal that sent shockwaves through the town's elite circles. Adding fuel to the fire, Maggie Horton, Sarah's fiercely protective mother played by Suzanne Rogers, has drawn a line in the sand, vowing to shield her daughter from further pain. This maternal intervention isn't subtle. It's a full-throttle confrontation that could force Sarah to confront not just Xander's lies, but her own wavering trust in love itself. Viewers are left wondering if this family showdown will expose deeper rifts in the Kiriakis dynasty, potentially dragging in long-forgotten allies and enemies from Salem's storied past. As the drama intensifies into Tuesday's episode, the wise and empathetic Marlena Evans, brought to life by the legendary Deidre Hall, steps into the fray with her signature psychological insight. Marlena, ever the voice of reason in a town rife with impulsive decisions, pulls Xander aside for a heart-to-heart that's equal parts therapy session and stern warning. Paul Telfer's portrayal of Xander captures a man teetering on the edge, his marriage to Sarah crumbling like a house of cards under the relentless gusts of deception. The beating of Philip isn't just a plot twist. It's a catalyst revealing Xander's pattern of rage-fueled choices that echo his troubled upbringing in the cutthroat Kiriakis world. Marlena cautions him against letting bitterness consume him anew, drawing parallels to past cycles of violence that have plagued Salem's men. Her advice isn't preachy. It's a mirror held up to Xander's soul, urging him to break free from the toxic legacy before it destroys everything he holds dear. This scene promises to delve into Xander's psyche, exploring how his Scottish roots and Kiriakis' ambitions have warped his sense of loyalty, leaving viewers to ponder if redemption is even possible for a character as complex as he. Meanwhile, Sarah's path takes an unexpected detour, one that spotlights Brady's intuitive understanding of her turmoil. As whispers of divorce echo through the Horton mansion, Sarah grapples with a whirlwind of fury and disillusionment, her once solid marriage reduced to ashes by Xander's endless web of deceit. Enter Brady Black, whose own history of personal demons makes him the unlikely but perfect confidant. In a bold pivot from his usual brooding solitude, Brady devises a plan that's as innovative as it is therapeutic, escorting Sarah to Salem's newly opened rage room, a high-tech haven designed for unleashing pent-up aggression in a controlled environment. This isn't a casual outing. It's Brady's way of offering Sarah a safe space to shatter the illusions of her broken vows, literally smashing props and relics symbolizing her shattered dreams. Spoilers tease that Sarah dives in with unbridled force, her sledgehammer swings echoing the raw pain of betrayal, while Brady watches with a mix of concern and quiet admiration. The rage room, with its array of destructible items, from faux wedding photos to mock Kiriakis memorabilia, serves as a metaphor for Sarah's inner chaos, allowing her to externalize the anger that's been festering since the Philip incident came to light. This gesture underscores Brady's growth. Once entangled in his own addictions and romances, he's now channeling empathy into action, proving he's more than just the town's reformed bad boy. At the heart of this episode lies Brady's unexpected gesture toward Sarah, a moment so charged it could rewrite their shared history. Picture the scene. After the dust settles in the rage room, with Sarah's breaths heavy and her eyes alight with a cathartic fire, Brady doesn't just stand by. He extends a hand, not of pity, but of genuine connection. This surprise visit isn't impulsive. It's Brady's deliberate attempt to pull Sarah from the abyss, reminding her of the strength she possesses beyond Xander's shadow. Fans recall their past entanglements, From stolen glances during family gatherings to those tense alliances against common foes like Stefano Di Mera's lingering influence. By choosing the Rage Room, Brady taps into Sarah's fiery spirit, a trait that's defined her through miscarriages, identity swaps, and courtroom battles. It's a gesture laced with vulnerability. Brady, who has faced his share of romantic wreckage with the likes of Chloe and Teresa, risks reopening old wounds to show Sarah she's not alone. As they share a quiet moment amid the debris, the air thickens with unspoken possibilities, hinting that this act of solidarity might awaken dormant sparks. Does Sarah rekindle her feelings for Brady? The signs are tantalizing. Her lingering gaze, the subtle softening of her defenses, suggest a flicker of the affection that once bound them during Salem's darker days. Yet, true to DOL's twists, Sarah's heart remains a battlefield, torn between lingering loyalty to Xander and the allure of Brady's steadfast support. This gesture could be the turning point, evolving their dynamic from mere acquaintances to something profoundly intimate, especially as Sarah processes the freedom of her rage-fueled release. As the episode unfolds, the ripple effects of Brady's actions extend far beyond the Rage Room's walls, igniting speculation about a budding romance that could upend Salem's fragile peace. With Xander's marriage in freefall and Maggie's warnings ringing in Sarah's ears, Brady's intervention feels like a beacon in the fog. Will this spark ignite into a full-blown flame? The chemistry between Martsolf and Lindsay Godfrey, who plays Sarah with poised elegance, crackles with potential, evoking memories of their characters' earlier near-misses. Imagine the fallout. Xander's jealousy boiling over into confrontations at the Kiriakis pub, or Marlena's subtle nudges toward reconciliation or separation. Sarah's journey here is one of empowerment, as she navigates whether to reclaim her independence solo or lean into Brady's unexpected warmth. In a town where love is as volatile as the latest scandal, this gesture positions Brady as Sarah's unlikely hero, challenging her to question if rekindling those buried feelings might just be the salve her wounded soul needs. Stay tuned, Salemites. This week's revelations promise to shatter more than just Rage Room props. Part 2. Philip's desperate visit. The tension begins quietly, as so many storms in Salem do. Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, is home alone, lost in thought. The house is quiet, yet her mind won't rest. She's staring at an old photo, Xander's smile frozen in time, a reminder of the man she once loved but can no longer trust. Then, without warning, Philip Kiriakis, J. Kenneth Johnson, slips into the mansion, almost like a ghost from her past. Philip's presence catches her completely off guard. He has that familiar mixture of charm and guilt written all over his face. When he starts to apologize, the words feel empty, rehearsed, even. Sarah, her emotions frayed and her patience gone, interrupts him with a sharp question. "Why did you lie to me, Philip?" He hesitates, fumbling for an answer. His excuse tumbles out. He claims he only lied because he believes Xander has changed, that maybe Sarah should give him another chance. But the words don't sit right. To Sarah, it sounds like yet another man trying to justify betrayal, another person telling her how she should feel about her pain. Her anger finally boils over. She unleashes months of pent-up emotion. The sleepless nights, the humiliation, the heartbreak. Her voice rises until she's shouting, tears in her eyes. Philip stands there, silent, as if he knows he deserves every word. "I don't love him anymore." Philip, still trying to play the peacemaker, insists he can't turn Xander over to the police. He's under too much pressure, Philip pleads. But Sarah is done hearing excuses. That sentence, that one hollow defense, is the final straw. Her voice cracks as she yells, "Then you can deal with him yourself, because I'm done. I don't love him anymore." The words echo through the room, and for a brief moment, even Sarah seems stunned that she said them out loud. It's one thing to think it, another to speak it into existence. She stands there trembling, heart pounding, before turning and rushing out. Away from Philip, away from the mansion, away from everything that reminds her of Xander Cook, Paul Telfer. It's as if she's trying to outrun the pain, but it follows her, every step of the way. Sarah's breakdown. By the time Sarah reaches the hospital, she's emotionally spent. She tells herself she's going in to focus on work, to lose herself in something productive, something familiar. But as soon as she walks through those sliding doors, the weight of the day hits her full force. And that's when she sees him, Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, sitting in the lobby, coffee in hand, looking like a man who's seen his share of heartbreak too. Their eyes meet, and Sarah tries to hold herself together, but she can't. The dam breaks. She barely gets out a soft hi before tears stream down her face. Brady is on his feet instantly, concern etched across his expression. He guides her to a nearby bench, his tone gentle but firm. Sarah, what happened? She doesn't hold back. She tells him everything, about Philip, about Xander, about the lies and the shame and how tired she is of pretending she's fine. Brady listens without interrupting, his eyes never leaving hers. When she finally stops, breathing shakily, he says the one thing she didn't expect to hear. You deserve better. You deserve someone who actually puts you first. The words hit Sarah like a lifeline. For the first time in what feels like forever, she feels seen. Not as Xander's ex, not as a doctor holding it all together, but as a woman who's hurting and deserves care. A new possibility. What follows is a quiet moment that speaks volumes. Brady offers to take her home, to make sure she's not alone. She hesitates at first, old habits die hard, but then she nods. Maybe she doesn't have to keep carrying all of this by herself. As they leave the hospital together, whispers begin among the staff. Is Brady moving in with Sarah? One nurse asks another. It's pure speculation for now, but in Salem, speculation often becomes reality sooner than anyone expects. Both Brady and Sarah are scarred by love. Both have made terrible choices in the past. But sometimes, broken hearts find each other not out of romance, but out of understanding. Whether this is the start of a new chapter or just a moment of shared healing, one thing is certain, Brady and Sarah's story is far from over. What comes next? As November sweeps approach, the questions grow louder. Will Brady truly move in with Sarah? Or will their comfort turn into something deeper? How will Xander react when he finds out the woman he still loves may be leaning on another man? And will Philip's guilt drive him to finally do the right thing? Or make everything even worse? The tangled web of Salem love stories only grows tighter. And for Sarah Horton, every decision she makes from here on will shape not just her future, but the lives of the men who can't seem to let her go. For now, she's not thinking about love, revenge, or forgiveness, just survival. But as every longtime Days of Our Lives fan knows, a broken heart in Salem never stays lonely for long.